Go ahead, Littles.
Yeah, back to the album. It dropped Friday. It's completely produced by No ID.
Okay.
That's Kanye West's mentor, for those who don't know.
Gotcha.
He did the entire album by himself. Without going too deep into the album, we'll say that for a later day. We can get everybody's opinion on it when everybody's heard it.
Right.
A couple of the standout tracks, of course, is Kill Jay Z. The story of OJ, which he has an amazing video for.
Yes.
Smile, where he talks about his mom coming out of the closet, which was a great track.
Yes.
And of course, the album title 444. It's a very I feel like it's the most personal album he's ever put out.
Definitely.
Like me and Rip were saying in the car, it sounded like a Nas album with better beats. So and that's no disrespect to Nas. I'm a huge Nas fan.
Right. I got you.
People that know Nas know what I'm talking about with his beat selection.
Got you.
Like it's just a very introspective and it's a dope album. It's gonna be up there for album of the year. I know it's early, only been out a couple of days, but I've listened at least 5 or 6 times to the whole album.
Wow.
But you don't think that's going to be because Jay Z put out a lyrical album? Like a lot of rappers don't put out lyrical albums.
He's going to take me some way that I'm not trying to go.
Hey, listen, that's why we all here.
Okay.
Listen to the album first.
No, I heard a couple songs.
Listen to the whole
You need to
album.
listen to the whole album.
I heard a couple songs, and
So
to me, to say, like, a lot of people on social media have been saying this might be one of Jay Z's greatest albums ever.
Right, but it's not for the reason that you keep saying it's for. And I'm not trying to go there, but you're going to make me go
real quick, son, are you trying to say that people are hyping it because it's different from Migos type rap?
Yes,
that's your opinion.
That's a
You need
fact.
to listen to the album.
I like some songs on the album.
Jay Z is one of the most lyrical rappers ever, right?
We
been
know
lyrical.
that. So listen, can I say this?
No.
Let me say one thing. One thing.
Go
Let me
ahead.
say one more thing.
Go ahead.
So it's almost like when a person don't put out music for a long time. Like, when was Jay Z last album? This is just me personal.
Magna Carta.
And what year that came out?
What was that, 14?
Yeah.
It's 2017. So I feel like people are so like, hey, I'm used to this, but like, I like Jay Z.
Jay Z had fans before Migos was born.
We know that though, but
So what are you saying?
Okay, I got to go here because it's driving me crazy.
I want you to.
The album is good not because Jay Z is lyrical.
You're a Jay Z fan too, also, John.
You didn't even let me
Start
talk.
from the beginning. You're a Jay Z fan.
I'm a diehard Jay Z fan.
Exactly.
Okay.
Start from there.
Okay. The song is not good because Jay Z is lyrical on the song. I don't even think this is Jay Z's most lyrical song in no way, shape, or form. I mean, not song, most lyrical album in no way, shape, or form.
I agree.
Here's the reason why the album is good, in my opinion. The reason why I'm saying you need to go and listen to the album, it's not so much Jay Z did this album to prove that he's so much better than everybody. He didn't do this album because he's the great Jay Z. He did the album because there's a strong, strong message in the album. And the message in the album, I think, was directed towards mostly black men. And it's like Jay Z, for me, I came up on Jay Z, and Jay Z was an idol. And he was like the pioneer for street hustling, drug dealing, da-da-da-da. Jay Z was that dude. And in this album, I feel like we're hearing Jay Z grow up,
Right.
if you will.
So do you feel like his fans should have grown up too?
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
So in listening to it, I've been hearing praises of the album for whatever reasons, and I've been hearing criticisms of the album for whatever reason. But I think we getting so caught up in that is Jay Z and da-da-da-da that we're missing what he's trying to get across with this album. We're going to, I read somebody say, this y'all all hyped, the album ain't all that. He ain't even really, I didn't hear no bars. I'm like, this is not about bars. Jay Z is like Michael Jordan, it's like Mayweather, it's like any great. He don't have to do anything special as a rapper anymore. He's done that. He don't have to make a single dollar off this album. It's not about that. And the reason why I'm telling you to go listen to it is because there's a strong message throughout the whole album. And it touched on a lot of the stuff that we talk about here on this podcast.
Especially the OJ story.
And it's one of them albums that I feel like you can't listen to 2 songs and be like, oh, I don't like it. I'm like, it's not even about the songs are good, but it's not, to me, this album is not really about that. It's about a message.
I don't want to fight you. I'm not saying I don't
not gonna
like
fight.
that. No. Facts. I'm not saying I don't like the album, but I don't like the fact that everybody giving this album praises when he only have 11 songs on it.
So just
What
because
that
it
mean?
has-
Not a lot, though.
Okay.
As a great, as a great, if I could put out 10 songs and everybody love it, do that mean that album is classic? Or do that mean because I'm great, the album is great?
See, go ahead, Los.
Let me ask you.
that
Let
was a
me
question.
let me ask you a question in
Okay.
general. Would you rather your favorite rapper, Lil Wayne, right?
You know that.
If Wayne put out an album with 20 songs and only 11 of them were good, would you enjoy that album, or would you rather him
First
put out
of all-
10? No. Let me finish. Let me
Go ahead.
finish. Would you like Wayne's album more if he gave you 10 songs but all of them were dope?
All
What would
right.
you rather? What would you rather have?
Good question. As a fan, more than likely, I'm gonna like all the songs that he put out. More than likely,
Then you're
if
not
he
being
put
honest.
out 20, if he put out 20 songs, more than likely, I'm gonna like, let's say 15 of them.
Then you're not being honest with yourself.
No, I just said as a fan.
I'm a fan too. What I
Right,
said,
right. So, how do you determine if you like a song or not? Because me personally, certain songs like when artists get personal, a lot of people like the fact that artists get personal, and to them that song right there is just like, oh my God, this is the greatest song he ever put out. To me, the greatest song Jay Z ever put out, in my opinion, was "Meet the Parents."
That was a great song.
that's a great song.
That's the greatest song I ever heard from Jay Z. Now, a lot of people might disagree.
And
with
this
me.
album to me was like a whole album. Meet the Parents.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Hold up, say that again.
This album was like a whole album of Meet the Parents.
All right, so I may feel like the majority that haven't listened to the whole album in full, like from the beginning to the end, not listen to a song and then let it skip and go to number 5 or go to number 4. But you talking like I need to listen to the album from
Its
1
entirety.
to 11. That's what you're talking like.
Yeah.
Because Meet the Parents to me, it's the greatest song I ever heard
This
from Jay-Z.
album to me is one big song. That's the point I'm making. He's betraying a message, and the whole the 10 songs is really one big song.
It's 11.
Whatever.
It's 10.
I'm watching it. It's 11. I'm watching. It's right here.
Okay.
Mr. Carter killed Jay Z. The story of OJ.
Mr.
Mr.
Carter.
Carter.
You got some
Mr.
bootleg
Carter.
stuff.
You got a
right
bootleg
there.
'cause
You
you're
looking
looking
at
at
It
it
says
right now.
Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter ain't-
No.
I'm on title right now. It's
All right,
10
tell me what it
songs.
10 songs.
It's 10 songs. Kill Jay Z, The Story of OJ, Smile, Caught Their Eyes, 444, Family Feud, Bam, Moonlight, Marcy Me, and Legacy.
That's it.
So Mr. Carter not even a song.
No.
No, you looking at
Sam, I got Mr. Carter on my. Hey, you know
I
what?
don't know what it is.
Hey, you know what?
No,
Fuck
no,
Littles.
no.
Fuck Littles.
You got Mr. Carter on there because that's a song he did with Wayne.
No.
Nah.
He's listening to AZ. That's what he's listening to.
But definitely listen to the album because the album to me is just one big song. Now, when we
Definitely.
talk about classic, and when we're talking about Jay Z, at this point in his career, it's a classic Jay Z album, meaning in the catalog of Jay Z.
I thoroughly.
All right, let me ask you: Have you listened to the album?
No,
He said he had.
No, I said I listened to the story of OJ, the 440.
So you just skipped through the song.
Mr. Carter.
No, I never skipped.
Mr. Carter.
Whatever.
That Mr. Carter jumps fire, ain't it?
Of course it's fire. My man knows. Anyway, nah. Seriously though, I have not. The question that he asked was, have I listened to the whole album? No, I haven't. But I listened to the certain songs because when you go down social media, people are quoting the songs.
Because they heard the whole album, too,
and some of the
probably.
Alright,
quotes,
they're quoting the songs. So if I'ma go
some
to-
of the quotes aren't even from the song. I mean, from the album.
I'm just saying. I go to the song. If they be like, hey, blah, 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 that's from Family Feud. I'm going to go to Family Feud. Be like, that was cool, but like, it really wasn't
Because
what they
Your
made
ex-
it.
'cause your
of.
expectations
You want
already high.
Jay Z to be a punchline rapper. That's what you want.
That might be it.
Exactly. Maybe
I
you shouldn't.
apologize
Maybe you
for that.
shouldn't listen to the album.
No, I got it.
Maybe
though.
you should. Maybe you should delete it.
I enjoyed the album.
I think it's one of
course,
Jay-Z's
Rip,
Yeah,
Right.
it's one of his
best work.
greatest albums. And as a
really
Pac fan and being a fan of Jay Z as well, this is the album I've been waiting for Jay Z to do for years. This is the album I've been waiting for him to do
It's
for
the
years.
it's the second coming of the verse. Truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, but I did 5 years.
Exactly.
This was the birth of what he was getting at then. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, when we talk about Jay Z, you're talking about 13 albums. What do you want? Jay Z, everything that Jay Z is going to do and be is already done. Everything you get from here on out is like what you said. It's like you're going to get it in 4 and 5 years. Another one from that because he's done. It's like Mayweather fighting McGregor. Like
everything.
It's
everything past probably the Black Album is he's on his victory lap.
Exactly. It's nothing you can. It's nothing that you can give or take away from Jay Z at this point.
I don't feel that way.
And the best line on the album is but I'm trying to give you $1 million worth of game for $9.99.
Yeah,
that was dope to me.
That was real dope.
That's bars.
Even though
like I feel like that was a battle rap bar.
$12.99.
But that's what. But you're
$9.99.
looking at Jay Z. You're
$3.99
You're going into. Here's a good example. It's like going into a movie directed by Spike Lee and expecting it to come off like a movie by the dude to do Transformers.
That's not true.
It is because it's like you're judging Jay Z off of the people that you think are such great rappers.
I'm judging Jay Z off of Jay Z, and to be.
But you don't even listen to what?
No, hold up, wait, time out.
Okay.
The best album to me that Jay Z ever put out.
Okay.
Was the Black Album to me.
Okay.
To me.
So you've heard all of Jay Z's albums.
No, you made. First of all, let me start from the beginning. This guy right here, guys. I know we on this topic for a long time, but this guy right here,
long time,
named John, he made me listen to Reasonable Doubt,
and you didn't
for like a year. When we was working at Target, you made me listen to Reasonable Doubt.
Did you like it?
It was cool, but I didn't.
That is a classic album. He said it was cool.
This is why we need to end the conversation right now. We don't need to talk music anymore.
I didn't want to go ahead for the record.
All right, listen. Before we end the conversation, only reason people feel like it's a classic album is because of who he is right now. It's almost like
Dog.
Hold on, wait. Can I talk? Can I talk? It's almost like Michael Jordan, right?
You're embarrassing us right now.
Listen, Michael Jordan won 6 rings, right? But a lot of people talk about when Michael Jordan went to Boston and scored 63 points. Right?
Actually, it was 69 points.
Whatever it was, I know it was 60 something. That's all I'm saying. So it's like I'm 33. So there's no way that a lot of Jay Z fans right now listen to Reasonable Doubt and was like, "Oh my God, that's on crank." There's no way they do that. Like I hate that.
Can I say something? Can I say something to the people watching? If you notice, Son's cup that was full when we started. So take his words with a grain of salt.
Yeah, because you are tripping.
Podcast would have been over if I wasn't interrupted.
I'm dead ass though. I'm dead ass.
I'm
dead ass.
On that note, I don't have any more music to talk about because I'm upset now.
Let me
Go ahead.
I want to piggyback because from the last podcast, I do want to talk about this 2 Chainz album.
Okay.
That shit
Yes,
is
sir.
fire, man.
Yeah, it is.
That shit.
Pretty girls love trap music.
That shit is
And
fire.
you know what's funny about 2 Chainz? I'm not usually into. I'm gonna give a confession. I'm not usually into that style of rap or music or whatever you want to call it.
Ignorant type rap.
Ignorant rap.
Yeah.
I'm not. When I say I'm not into it, meaning like I usually like there are a couple singles that might come out. And I'm like, okay, that was a dope song. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not about to rush and go listen to the whole album.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yo, I really like 2 Chainz.
He can rap.
Yeah, nah,
And you
he
know
can
who
rap.
else I like? And it still blows my mind that I like this person.
Jay Z.
Kevin Gates.
Oh, N.O.
I haven't listened to that guy.
Wipe me down.
I like Kevin Gates, and it's the craziest thing because I would never in my.
He makes good music, and
He
you'll be
definitely
liking him, and then you see his interviews, and you're like, "Yo, homie, weird." cuz."
Lil B.
He weird, but
He
he be speaking the truth
Nah,
sometimes
he do,
on some
bruh.
stuff.
I'm with you, Rip.
He's like everybody. He has a lot of truth with him. He has a lot of hypocritical with him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, Jay is like that now. I mean, you could look at it like that. Like, you know, he's giving a good message, but Jay's been ratchet like for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Jay
Tupac was like that.
Jay made Big Pimpin'.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Tupac was like that. Tupac would give you some knowledge and then he'd do something real ratchet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just,
You gotta have that balance.
we gotta have it. Or
You gotta have a perfect balance between ratchet and conscious.
yeah,
Sometimes.
it happens. You know what I'm saying? But Oh, we done went totally left field.
Yeah, no bull.
Thanks a lot, son.
That's a fact. I apologize, guys.
And I kept saying I don't want to go here because I wanted to
apologize,
save that conversation.
A simple album
Hey,
review.
listen. Hey,
A simple
real
album
live.
review.
was like-
Fellas and women, real live. I real live want to talk about Lil Wayne, but we're gonna let this rock.
What about
and let,
him?
Ain't
nah.
got nothing,
No. We're not. Yeah, we're gonna let it rock. We're not gonna talk about Lil.
Yeah, we're gonna let it rock. We're gonna let it rock.
I mean, his
So,
daughter on that show.
would you say, Rip?
His daughter on that
Don't
show.
feed into it. He wants to talk about Lil Wayne, so we're
We're
gonna
not
stop.
gonna talk about him.
What about him?
let's
Now,
move on.
I think I do want to talk about
Let's
him.
move on
I'm
to the
just
next
curious
topic
what you
because
got
this
to
gonna
say.
get crazy.
No, nobody's curious.
It's gonna get crazy if I start talking.
All right, moving on.
Let's move on.
Son only like
Only-
Lil Wayne and everybody else is mediocre.
Facts. Lil Wayne number 1, number 2, number 3,
This is-
number 4, number 5.
This is Son's top 5. Dwayne Carter, Lil Wayne, Lil Weezy, Lil Tunchi,
And Dylan.
Birdman son.
Facts.
That don't make no damn sense.